Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on,
and
we're tailgating. We're actually doing it. We're doing
like we're
the things.
supposed to do, right?
The sports.
Sports. Yay,
we're
sports.
under a tent. It did rain on us, just like a real tailgate would. It's raining. We've got food, grills, drinks, beverages, sports. Sports have started again. It's a real deal.
They never really stopped, but that's okay. They're really back in the swing of things, let's just say. But no, what did finish up is the Olympics. And do you know who won?
China.
USA.
Oh, shit.
USA. We won, you fucking dummy.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't
weren't
watch
paying
this year.
attention. Like most people weren't paying attention, let's be honest, too.
But because this is a tailgate, I went all in on food today because I'm super excited because you know that's what I'm all about. I don't give a fuck about these sports. I just like the food. And so today, I got a couple of tailgate hacks and swear up under the tent, dodging the rain, getting shocked in the face by microphones. But today, we're going to do burgers and we're going to do them burger easy style. My producer's not his head, no. But I did just get shocked. Like, this thing just shocked the shit out of me. At first, I thought it was Boston Joe just being a pussy, but in fact, I did get shocked in the face.
Yeah, see, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
I am a pussy.
But so for today's tailgate hack, we were doing burgers, but not just any burgers. These are burgers that aren't going to need any ketchup, no mayonnaise, no mustard, so it keeps our cooler clean and neat so we can put more beer in there.
Do the flies
So
give it
it's
extra
just
protein?
Lots of beef. Right? Lots of beef.
We love the beef.
And then we're going to make a little homemade queso, which is just going to be buttermilk, salsa from a jar salsa, and whatever your favorite salsa is. You only need a little bit of it.
Wait,
Mexican
before you do it,
shredded
though,
cheese.
what is your favorite salsa? I'm a Green Mountain Gringo guy.
Oh, dude, I go to the Mexican Mart. It's called Compare Foods, and they have it like pre-dished.
Some
pre-dished
Authentico. You ever have the Green Mountain Gringo salsa? That's the good. That's not
It sounds
that
like some hipster made that, and it's probably more expensive than it should be.
Well,
That's what it sounds like.
you got me there.
But then we've got some poblano peppers and we have some jalapeno peppers. So really super simple. What we're going to do is we're going to melt the queso on the grill. We're going to throw the burgers on the grill. And then we're going to put the poblano peppers and the jalapenos on the grill. And then when everything's melty and done, we're going to remove it from the heat, let it thicken up a little bit. And then we're just going to spoon that out onto the burger, put your buns on it, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Make sure you toast
Super
those buns,
easy.
though. Makes it a little bit better.
Oh, you like toasted buns? These are the potato buns as well because I don't
I like toasted buns.
I like the potato buns. That's my favorite. But you didn't ask me about my sports jersey today.
It's a Duke lacrosse jersey. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, make sure you hammer that like button. Now, Duke lacrosse was just like O.J. Simpson, acquitted. And if you actually look into it, I think rightfully so. But they still sort of have that sort of blemish over them. Now, they were probably Duke frat boy lacrosse players, so they probably sucked anyway as human beings. But I don't think they, raped that nice young woman who I believe was a prostitute. But again, we don't kink shame. But I'm more curious about how the fuck does one come up and get a Duke lacrosse jersey?
Well, it's not important on how I got it. But what is important is that Cuomo resigned today.
He sure did.
And this was the only thing that I had in my closet that resembles a sexual harassment jersey. Even though I'm not really team sexual harassment, but I just thought it was fitting. And I've never gotten to wear the Duke lacrosse jersey because I've never played lacrosse in my life. And somebody gave this to me from Duke, and I thought, shit, dude, now's as good a time as ever to break out the old Duke lacrosse jersey. This could have been worn while having sex with a prostitute. I don't know. But I did not wash it. And
have you had sex with your wife in that jersey?
No, but I'm going to get on this grill.
You should, honestly.
I'm going to get on this grill because it's tailgate time, baby. So
well,
you take over for some sports shit.
I'll take over.
You do the sports, I'll do the cooking. That's how the show is supposed to go.
No, I'll do the cucking is actually how it goes. So Duke is in Durham, North Carolina. For the people that don't know what else is in Durham, as Tansey starts flapping those burgers down on that grill there, is the Durham Bulls. And we just happen to be sitting on some Durham Bulls chairs from old Durham Bulls Stadium, whatever the fuck it's called itself, which, again, is another thing that Tansey seems to have that I never know how the fuck he seems to have these things, but
He's sports, dude.
He's sports. So, it's a good transition going from the Duke lacrosse players to O.J. Simpson's back in the news. Guy just never seems to go away. And he was, I believe it was The Atlantic or The Athletic. I always get those two confused, way too close in names. But he had an interview, a little sit-down interview, and he said that he's afraid to go to L.A.
I'm afraid to go to LA.
Because he might be sitting down in the restaurant and the real killer will be sitting next to him. What a fucking asshole. Just shut the fuck up and go play golf. Stop tweeting about fantasy football. Just shut the fuck up. You got away with murder, legitimately. You fucking decapitated someone, for those of you who don't forget.
I love how people like make fun of Trump for being a narcissist, and he probably is. But
Absolutely
like,
is.
I think the fact that nobody's making fun of, like, we should all be making fun of all these idiots. But I mean, especially O.J. Simpson. I mean, come on, dude. That guy cannot stay out of the media.
Well, it's funny you say Trump, because it is kind of funny that O.J. is allowed to tweet, but Trump isn't.
Oh, there's a lot of people that are allowed to tweet right now, but Trump isn't.
I mean, I suppose, but of all people, O.J. Simpson. Now, I wonder if Aaron Hernandez got away with it, if he'd still be playing and bragging about how awesome his life is. But instead, he took his own. And sometimes I wish O.J. would just take his own life, because at this point, we don't.
That is dark.
Why the fuck do we need
super dark?
We need less O.J. Simpsons in this world, less Bill Cosby's in this world, and more Kevin Durant's, because he's a gold medal recipient once again. I'm just kidding.
Is he the guy that threw his crotch in the Frenchman's face while slam dunking?
No, that's Vince Carter.
Oh, I like that.
That was
guy.
from a long time ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, and that is probably my favorite dunk of all time. What gets underrated and overshadowed in that dunk, if you go back and watch the video and even see the picture, first of all, that guy was 7 feet tall. Vince Carter is the greatest dunker of all time. Debate me on it, I dare you. He is the greatest dunker of all time. And he jumps over this dude. And if you look at Kevin Garnett, a young Kevin Garnett looking up like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe Carter is actually doing this shit. It is one of the most memorable dunks of all time, and especially his reaction after. I mean, if you could jump, I mean, you do try to jump. I couldn't slide a piece of paper onto you. But if you could jump over a 7-foot guy and yam it down on a national stage on your way to a gold medal, I'd be fucking gassed up too. But the men's Olympic basketball team, to Ross's unfortunate demise, actually did win gold. And for all the drinking bros out there, I'm sure you all know, and you all saw how Ross bet against the United States, and I was kind of with him, to be honest. But I did make a silly bet that I had to dress as a clown. But I gotta say, the optics of that alone, and I know everyone out there agrees with me, seeing Ross in full-on clown makeup was A+, by the way. And I know that you went on the old social medias and the Instagrams and photoshopped a nice little eggplant into that big old mouth that Ross Patterson has, and
yes,
it was quite the look.
About it.
And it was great having him like do these shows, and like they had Lisa Ann on, and I don't know, I'm sure they prepped her and warned her ahead of time. I'm sure it wasn't a big surprise right when they start rolling, but it's just so funny. You can't really take him seriously when he's all dressed as a clown. And I guess Jay Fire, as we have the flames on the grill over there, speaking of Jay Fire, did the makeup, which is that's power couple city right there, when you're able to have your wife do your wife do your makeup for you.
Hey, will you go get me some water? Somebody give me some water so I can calm this grill the fuck down.
Uh-oh, too much Jay Fire over here. Sorry, I don't like my burgers well done. I'm more of a medium rare guy, so beggars can't be choosers, though, as they say.
Well,
right?
It's our first real tailgate since doing this show since December. We got the Korn concert tonight.
You got the Korn concert tonight. I have the Dead and Company concert next week. Thank you, Noel. That'll be a good time. Any of the drinking bros in the Raleigh area, gonna go watch John Mayer and the Dead. Why don't you come say hello? I'll be on the lawn. And I will definitely be stoned, by the way. Just want to let everyone know.
Thanks
that.
for paying half of what I paid for that ticket originally. So
how are you still paying for tickets?
Well, because
don't you know like everybody?
But I don't ask for tickets.
I didn't pay for these Korn. I didn't pay for these Korn tickets.
No, I don't like it when people ask me for tickets.
Shout out Dave Buskirk for getting me some.
But yeah, I paid $160 and you gave me $80, and I consider myself lucky. So thank you.
Yeah,
that was like such a backhanded. Like I couldn't tell if it was some sarcasm.
No sarcasm at all. No, the ticket. I mean,
I appreciate
it's crazy.
it. This is. I think
I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get rid of it. To tell you the truth,
yeah, well, if there's a Dead show, I'll be there. And it's like my 4th time seeing Dead and Company, and my 6th or 7th time seeing John Mayer. Which, since we're talking about music here, go over to Instagram and follow Drinking Bros Music.
That's new.
Yours truly started, and it's already getting some good traction. I've gotten, some people saying that they dig it. They want to buy into it and keep the algorithm going and getting me, in the loop of things. And hopefully it leads to a Drinking Bros Music YouTube channel and eventually a Drinking Bros Music podcast and that whole thing. So
it'd be cool if people could like share their music videos and stuff on there.
Yeah, absolutely. All the Drinking Bros and Broettes who are musicians or want to be musicians like myself, send shit in. We'll post it out there and and get your shit out. I mean, that's how you do it, right? I mean, that's what the community aspect of Drinking Bros is all about. Now, we're tailgating for apparently the Korn concert that Tansey's going to, but we could also say that we were tailgating for the Hall of Fame inductees in the NFL. You know, we had a couple other names like Edgerrin James, but we had some huge names like Calvin Johnson and Peyton Manning. Now, I've been on the record saying I don't like Peyton Manning. His aw shucks attitude and is all phony to me, and he took HGH and he was overrated, to be honest. I mean, he was a great quarterback, but he wasn't even in the same stratosphere as my boy TB12, even though they got compared. But I think they did a lot for the game, those two. The rivalry that they had was similar to Bird and Magic. They pushed each other, and without them, I don't know, maybe the NFL wouldn't be as big as it is today. But, of course, when Peyton Manning gets up there and he has his acceptance speech into the Football Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, he, of course, mentioned Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in the stands. They're good friends. And there was a mixture of cheers and boos when they showed old TB12, which, you know what, good. I like when they boo TB12 because they hate us because they ain't us, even though he's a Tampa Bay Buck now, but we don't need to talk about that. But another thing was Calvin Johnson. Now, Calvin Johnson played for the Detroit Lions, and like Barry Sanders, retired a little bit too soon, which if you play for the Detroit Lions, who the fuck wants to stick around there? First of all, who wants to be in Detroit? Ain't that right, Mike the Cop? But he was a great player. But what he's doing now after his career, he started this marijuana business, and it's called Primitive. And he's been very vocal about how he didn't really like and appreciate how these team doctors in the NFL was so willing to jam these, Percocets and Vicodins down his throat while he was playing, and he wished that he could just medicate an easier way by smoking a joint after some of these games. And it's kind of what we talked about last week on the show about, non-prescription drugs and drugs that are of the earth rather than man-made. And it's called Primitive. It's spelt a little bit different. There's no E at the end. But honestly, I think what he's doing for the NFL players who are retiring as Tansey's trying to put out the flames. Tansey started the fire. I think it's great. I think Calvin Johnson and other players, I think current players should come out and be a little bit more vocal and not be afraid of the feedback that they're going to get from the cunt NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, and kind of change the game and change the narrative with not only marijuana, which I think it's been changed anyway, but get Big Pharma the fuck out of the NFL and get them out of here shoving these pills down these players' throats. And I really appreciate what Calvin Johnson's doing. And, listen to him talk about it. He's definitely passionate about it. And I think a lot of good things can come of that. Now, I know Tansey's not a big weed guy, but I think that even he can get behind having these NFL players not take these prescription drugs and really have the ability and the opportunity to medicate in their own way. And there's been a lot of NBA players who have been very vocal about this too. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Steven Jackson, all these guys. They blaze up. And they used to blaze up before and after games. And I like how the NBA has this approach where they kind of turn a blind eye almost purposefully. They know that their guys are getting stoned and they're kind of okay with it. And they're not going to come out and just legalize it and come out and say that, you can do whatever you want, but they're definitely going to sort of play ignorance to it, which is what I think the NFL should do now when you have guys like Le'Veon Bell getting suspended and, LeGarrette Blount and, Josh Gordon is another one. They're changing these guys' lives because they just want to smoke a little weed, which is so archaic and so old school and dumb. It's 2021 here. We're all sparking up blunts next to Tansey and talking about the good old days. And as I watch Noel right now, if you're on YouTube and you can see our producer Noel hammer that like button, he's roasting up. He's risking it all right now, roasting up these. Is it Pueblano? How do you say those peppers? Poblano. I like the jalapenos better, and that's exactly how you pronounce jalapenos.
It's different.
Well, it's jalapenos. If Ross was to try to say jalapenos, he would call them jalapenos because we all know Ross doesn't know how to fucking pronounce anything out there.
It's gonna be good.
No, I think it's going to be great. And this is what tailgating's all about, right? I mean, this is originally what we were supposed to do. And we've kind of worked our way around it in the meantime in the off season. But it's starting back up. Football will be starting back up real soon. Not the preseason bullshit that nobody cares about. We got more games this year. It's a 17-game season instead of 16.
How do you feel about that? I mean, are they getting rid of the preseason games?
Yeah, I think they took away 1 or 2 preseason games.
I can't stand preseason games. There's too many.
I mean, I think you need 1, maybe 2. But who am I?
Two's reasonable. Two's reasonable, I think.
You got too many injuries. I remember Mike Vick he broke his leg in the in the preseason one year. It changed the whole fucking season.
Because you don't know, like, are you going all in on the preseason? Are you holding back? You got players that are trying to make the team, so they're going all in, but then you other guys that are like, dude, I'm only playing for like, 2 snaps, so he's not going all the way. It's just too much chaos.
Yeah, but that's tickets, and they don't sell out for these preseason games, but the NFL will do anything to make more money because, the NFL doesn't have enough money. They're for years they were technically a non-profit organization and didn't pay taxes. And another thing that they did was they would in November for Veterans Month, they called it, for Veterans Day being in November. They used to sell like camouflage jerseys and all these things, and I think it was only 30% of those proceeds went to actual veterans, which as a veteran yourself, I hope you're outraged by that because that's some bullshit. That's pretty much taking advantage of veterans and taking advantage of what veterans have done and the name veterans alone and selling stuff in their honor and then profiting off it, which is the dirtiest type of shit you can do.
Yeah, but how else are you going to pay these guys millions and millions of dollars and sign these millions and millions of dollar contracts if you don't have
TV
sales
deals
coming in?
TV deals and revenue.
You got to have it. You can't pay for it. So, I mean, if veterans are going to pay for it, look, I'm down. I like the old camouflage jerseys.
But you think only 30% should go?
Fine. I think it's fine.
Really?
Yeah, I think 30% is enough.
I wanted a little more outrage out of you.
You got to make some money on your own.
They have plenty of money. They don't need money. Do you know the fucking TV deals they have with NBC
how much money
and Fox?
Must take to run that organization?
Well, do you know how much Roger Goodell makes?
No.
Way too much. An NFL commissioner who has been wrong in pretty much everything he's ever tried to do shouldn't make the amount of money that he makes. He's a piece of shit through and through. And as we know, Roger Goodell has had beef with Barstool and Dave Portnoy. But luckily enough, the boys over at Barstool just found a way to keep baseball relevant. Now, I don't know if you heard about this. They were talking about it yesterday, I should say, in the wrap-up show. Filming this Tuesday, remember, guys. And they have this sort of picture-in-picture deal with baseball, which is great because baseball, as we know, is a dying sport, especially amongst younger viewers. And they're doing this sort of picture-in-picture thing where they have guys from Barstool doing live gambling feeds while these games are going on. And baseball needs all the help it can get. So I think that's a great idea for baseball to do that. But hey, my digger, what's up?
Oh.
Because baseball's back in the news, baby.
So this is a crazy story. So we have the mascot, and this mascot's name is Dinger?
Dinger.
Is that his name, Dinger?
Dinger.
One, that's... Why would they name him that? But I don't care because that's not a racial term.
I'll tell you exactly why they name it that. Because in Colorado, the air is thin. It is high elevation, and most of the people are high, too.
Oh.
Look at that. And there's a lot of home runs because when the air is thin, the ball travels further.
You got a lot of dingers.
Yeah, they used to have a humidor and the whole thing to make the balls a little bit heavier so they wouldn't travel through the thin air as easy. But that's the whole thing with Denver in baseball is, they had the Broad Street Bombers back in the day, like Todd Helton, Larry Walker, and those guys. And there's a lot of home runs, or at least they used to be when they were actually pretty good, and they had Nolan Arenado and Charlie Blackmon back to back. But baseball finds a way to shoot themselves in the foot again, and just really, not only baseball, but the Colorado Rockies organization calling their fans racist and just jump into it so fucking fast. So the way it was presented to me, right, I was watching ESPN, and they have sort of this muffled audio and a, regular, like you view baseball, the pitcher has his back to you and you can see the batter. And you hear this muffled audio and they bleep it out and they don't allow you to hear it, but they have in closed captions and subtitles underneath, N-word. And you hear at the end, after they bleep it out, the right? So I see that and I'm like, oh shit, someone's really fucking doing that's wild, right? I take it as face value. Joke's on me. That's my first mistake. Taking anything ESPN says at face value. So turns out he wasn't dropping an N-word because you would think that you can see the fans around him. They're just sitting there eating their fucking popcorn. They're not looking around being like, what the fuck, bro?
Right, and like, has the damage not been done? And that's another thing. Like, that's what we talk about on Failure to Stop so much. And my favorite quote of all time is, perception is not reality. And everybody keeps treating it like perception is reality. You cannot look at all these things on face value and then run with it and run with these crazy narratives. And I don't understand why the news just keeps getting away with it because the damage has been done, right? Like, the narrative has already been written. People already think that the N-word was used. People already discussed it. People already threw out all the things that they wanted to say on social media. And now that they're coming back and saying, oh, no, he was yelling dinger before they ever knew. Oops. Right? Like, that's not your job, news.
To me, that sounds guilty until proven innocent.
Stop promoting the perception of things and start going and doing some real fucking journalism, but none of them do. There's no real journalists. Like, how could you not think that you should go talk to that guy and say, like, yo, what the fuck? What was that about?
Yeah.
I mean, what if the dude had, like, some kind of crazy Tourette's? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I guess. I don't know if that justifies it, but I guess that's a decent point.
So, like, if you have Tourette's and you cannot help but say things, if it comes out as the N-word, even though you're not racist, and that could be the most embarrassing thing in your life.
Interesting thing. I never thought of it like that, I suppose. But the thing is, like you say, perception is not reality. I mean, the perception of it still should have been like, well, let's look at the fans around him. Now, I don't know about you, but if I hear someone, even if it's a black dude, just screaming the N-word at a sporting event, I would turn and look and be like, huh, what's that guy's deal? There was no reaction. Now, let me also say, if you're a grown man going out of your way, I don't care how drunk you are at the fucking game, if you're a grown man going out of your way to yell and scream to get a Triceratops mascot's attention, you're an asshole already. But that's a whole different story.
It sounds like my kind of guy. Actually.
It sounds like, sounds like a guy that's like, sports. Look, it's a Triceratops over there.
And he's so close.
Dinger.
He's so close. Dinger. Hey, dinger.
So the guy's a loser anyway, but he's not a racist.
I don't think
at least as far as we know. And I have a big problem with this because...
Well, that sucks because the media really wants there to be a racist.
Oh, well, that's why they were so quick.
They want this guy to be racist.
That's why they were so quick to... And again, like I was saying, that's guilty until proven innocent, and that's not how it's supposed to be in this country. And that guy, I mean, luckily things move fast nowadays. He could have been dragged through the mud a little bit longer. It took a couple days. It should have taken a couple minutes, but what the fuck do I know? But the fact that the Rockies organization came right out and he's like, he's banned for life, and once we find out who that is, that racist asshole, they didn't say asshole, sure, but in their statement, I'm paraphrasing here, that they basically call and admit that they believe that this guy said this, and they admit that they think their fans are racist. Now, to me, that's a slap in the face to season ticket holders and anyone who is a Rockies fan, that the organization itself just goes, yeah, we just assume guilt and assume that he was calling out a player, calling them the N-word, and just assume that our fans are racist, which is fucked up beyond belief. And if I'm a Rockies fan, I'm saying, fuck you. I'm not fucking giving you my money anymore. I'm not going to these games. I'm not buying your jerseys. Fuck off. You just assume I'm racist. And the reason why... For many reasons, this bothers me. But one of the reasons in particular is because this has happened in Boston a few times now. Now, Tory Hunter, he longtime Minnesota Twins outfielder and eventually played for the Angels and the Detroit Tigers. I think it was when he was with the Tigers. I think it was the 2013 ALCS, which I was at Game 1, by the way. But he claimed that there were children at Fenway Park in Boston screaming the N-word to him, and that the parents were cheering them on and applauding them. Now listen, I'm from Boston. I've been to many games at Fenway Park. That is the most bullshit I've ever fucking heard. Now, if it was presented to me and that really fucking happened, then I would take all that back and apologize to Tory Hunter and kiss his fucking feet. But guess what? That shit didn't fucking happen, okay? That's bullshit. I've never been in a situation where anything, and I spent a lot of time at Fenway and in Boston. That's fucking bullshit, and he made that shit up. And the problem is the Red Sox and John Henry, who's a cunt, okay, come right out and they believe him. Oh, yeah, we wholeheartedly believe Tory Hunter, which means we believe our fans are racist, and that's a slap in the face to all Red Sox fans across America, especially in Boston. That's fucking bullshit. Then there was another instance with Adam Jones of the Baltimore Orioles claiming that he was called the N-word. Nobody heard it. And this was more recent. I want to say this was 2015, 2016. And nobody heard it. And they even went and they found people. So Adam Jones, I believe, was playing either center field or left field at the time. And they went to people who were at that game, who were sitting either on the Green Monster in center field or the left field foul area. And they asked a bunch of fans, did you hear anything like this? They all say no. There's no phone evidence of it, which, as we know, if anything like that's going to happen, it's going to be fucking recorded, okay? No evidence at all. None whatsoever. I did not believe Adam Jones. But again, Sam Kennedy, who's a cunt, and John Henry, who's a cunt, come out and they wholeheartedly say, we believe Adam Jones, and once we find that fan, he's banned for life, and they do all this bullshit. And that really fucking pisses me off because it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and it's a slap in the face of the fans everywhere. And we should kind of fight back with it. Oh, look at this fucking juicy burger. We should kind of fight back and be like, listen, I'm not going to give you my fucking money and spend my time on your organization if you're just going to keep calling me a fucking racist. But I just got handed a burger, so I'm going to have to digress right here.
Put one of those peppers on top of it.
I'm going to get it going for him here in just a second, but I wanted to poke in on your
Please do.
racism thing. It's like, look, I've been born and raised in the South my whole life. But I've only maybe had like 2 people in my whole life come out and say the N-word to me, like in casual conversation, where I felt like, dude, this guy's a racist. And guess what? They're not my friends anymore. And I think that's like the overwhelming kind of like, I mean, can you imagine if I used the N-word in front of anybody out here? Like, you guys would have nothing to do with me. So, I don't know. I don't think people are just out there willy-nilly throwing the N-word at baseball games and
Especially
not
in
having
Boston.
a clue that there's going to have some kind of crazy repercussions. So, I don't know. That's where I stand on that.
These are juicy. We're definitely going to need some paper towels and napkins for these juicy burgers here.
Can you go up there and grab a towel?
But, yeah, and I just think that everyone wants to be real quick to judge these days when most of these people, as we know, ain't that right, Cuomo, are living in these big fucking glass houses and throwing boulders. And go ahead and look into John Henry's history if you feel so inclined. He is a cunt. And he owns the Boston Globe, which is a huge conflict of interest in Boston to own the biggest paper in town and also own the fucking baseball team. So if you think the Boston Globe, which is a fucking rag, okay, is any bit unbiased in their reporting of anything, especially when it comes to the Red Sox, it's fucking bullshit. In fact, this is going to be a Red Sox hating show because I'm fucking going. But Alex Verdugo, okay, was acquired by the Red Sox in a trade that involved Mookie Betts, who was my favorite player, who happens to be African-American too. And by the way, there's no African-Americans in the Red Sox front office, by the way. But, they want to preach diversity, and they're really quick to put Black Lives Matter signs up on the monster, but they don't have any African Americans in their staff, and they haven't for a long time. But it's funny how that works. But anyway, they traded away Mookie Betts, prominent, awesome fucking player, just won a World Series with the Dodgers last year. And they don't want to look into Alex Verdugo, but I did. And Alex Verdugo, not even allegedly, it's pretty much proven fact, by the way. He filmed his buddies beat the shit out of some underage girl and put it on Snapchat. And the Boston Globe did an independent investigation into their newly acquired player. And they said, yeah, nothing to see here. Alex Verdugo is a piece of shit. And it's making me really not want to root for my hometown team, which is really sad. But it's only because of the ownership, and it's only because of the organization. It has nothing to really do with the players other than Verdugo, who's a fucking asshole. So the Red Sox organization, just like the Colorado Rockies, wants to call their players racist. Their fans racist. And, that sits with me not so well. And if I was a Rockies fan right now, I'd feel like I do as being a Red Sox fan. Call me a fucking racist after I've given you all my money and time, you can get fucked. So I think we really need to stop, and everyone needs to take a step back when we think we hear something. Like Tansey always says, the perception is not always the reality. Oh, it appears as though this guy dropped an N-word. Let me go talk to him. Let me figure this out. Instead of, we got to cancel this motherfucker.
I don't, like...
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with the burgers here. But listen, when you tailgate, this is what happens, man. You got to fucking adjust and adapt.
I'm just glad to be cooking again, baby.
Yeah, that's probably what you do second best.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley told me what you do best.
That lid.
Poor Ashley. But that was my little soapbox rant about these fucking guys coming out so quickly to just assume racism. We should really assume that these people aren't bad people and then go from there. But
they're good, I promise. People? No, the food is good, I promise. Once the burgers are done, you're gonna really enjoy it.
I took tell us more about these burgers as I bite into it again, because they're super juicy. And then where'd these fucking fries come from? I didn't see you cook fries at all. They just appeared out of nowhere. I'm a little concerned.
Put them in the oven.
Okay,
We have the cheese.
That's a
sauce
tailgate
over
hack for you right there.
When is the first football game?
That's a good question. Well, I do know the first college football game
When is that?
is in September on the Labor Day weekend in good old Charlotte. You got a little something on your chin there. Sorry about that. I missed his mouth this time. And we will be there, just as a friendly reminder, and we will be tailgating just like this. And again, we hope to see lots of drinking bros and broettes there. And come rage with us. Come get fucking all sauced up. And come to the Georgia Go Dogs.
That's gonna be a tough show because I'm probably gonna be pretty intoxicated for that one.
I love an
To actually be
intoxicated
tailgating
tansy.
at the game. It's going to be.
Oh, look, it's a blue-tailed skink.
They're everywhere.
ADD moment there. I like lizards. You know, I'm a North Carolina immigrant, you could say. So every little fucking lizard thing I see, I'm like, oh, cool. They don't have that in Massachusetts. And blue-tailed skinks are one of those things.
I hope the Duke lacrosse players did not rape that woman while wearing a jersey because these things are extremely hot. You don't think that with 2020 technology they could make jerseys cooler? Maybe like rugby jerseys seem like they're a lot cooler than this.
Well, that's an old jersey.
It can't be that old. I mean, it's only like maybe 2015.
Who plays lacrosse anyway? Sorry.
I don't even know what that game is.
Only
Fastest game on foot.
Boo. Only frat boys play fucking lacrosse. As Noel flips me off. Those are the people who
No,
failed.
did you play lacrosse?
The
You
people
did?
who couldn't play baseball played lacrosse.
One of the best high schools in the country.
You might be
Men's
the
field
first person I've
hockey.
ever met that actually plays lacrosse.
It's men's field hockey.
20 years.
Men's field hocky.
Hey, just
I would love to play you in some lacrosse anytime.
Is it like ultimate frisbee with like hockey sticks?
uh-huh.
On foot.
For field hockey,
Oh,
right?
I thought it was. I thought lacrosse was the one with the net.
The Indians play it.
They don't have the net and the.
America's only real sport, so back the fuck off.
Baseball is
Oh, I've
America's
never seen
pastime. And I wonder if someone in a lacrosse game
It's like
said bigger
it's amazing.
if he would get in big trouble.
Granted, a bunch of pricks in pink Oxfords wear it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's a great game.
Lacrosse is the one with the net on the stick, correct? Okay.
Yes, Tansey, that's the one.
Well, I don't know because now you guys are talking about being hockey, so I thought maybe that they had like
No, I said
sticks on the
field
ground.
hockey.
It's the exact same game, but on foot.
I wouldn't know what field hockey is either.
You know what field hockey is?
Regular hockey.
Yes.
Okay. They don't have nets.
Except they're on the field, so it's field hockey.
I've never seen it.
No, they can't hear you. They don't have a mic, so
I can
he's
barely-
mad.
I can
I'm
barely
getting
hear
Noel
him.
so mad at me. I'm just busting your balls. I'm sure lacrosse is fun for 20 minutes, but then you go find a real sport like baseball and you stop playing.
I think any sport's got to be better than basketball, in my opinion. I really just.
I know
do not-
Mike was hating on basketball too.
I don't enjoy it.
I mean, some of the best athletes in the world play in the NBA. I hate to break it to you.
What?
Yeah, dude. I mean, let's be fucking honest here. You see
No,
these guys?
Like some of the best athletes in the world do the Tour de France or play rugby.
the
or,
Tour de France. You
Yeah.
like the way I said that? Tour de France. I mean,
best athletes on the planet play hockey.
if you can do that with one ball, I mean, why is it that hard? Sorry, Lance Armstrong. Just kidding. She had Crohn's. Oh, drugs. No, he was doping. Yeah, he would big dope guy.
Blood doping.
Blood doping. What does that actually do? Do you know?
What?
What does it do if you dope your blood? How does that make it better?
I don't know.
How is that even performance enhancing?
Well, I mean, I think because it gives you like it like gets your blood to kind of be on par with what the altitude is and things like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not Dan Holloway, so I don't know the answer to this.
I know. You know,
Smart ass questions.
Dan fucking surprises me. Not really surprised me at this point, but he just knows like about fucking everything. Something will come up and he'll just be like, "Well, in this year, this happened," and I'm like, "Dude, how the he has so much knowledge. He's easily the smartest guy at Drinking Bros, right? I mean, next to you, of
Hot
course.
Bob's pretty smart, isn't he?
Hot Bob
Lot of
is
history
definitely
knowledge.
definitely an intelligent person, but I mean, Dan is just like on a whole nother level. I mean, dare I say, Rain Man?
I don't know, but we have a special guest that just kind of showed up. We're gonna bring him on in here. He's just right off of the Appalachian Trail. Jimmy Bailey. Jimmy, come on up here and grab you a microphone. Actually, just sit in my spot, and well, don't even sit in my spot. Let's see.
Sit
Where
on
are we
his
gonna
lap.
put him? Here, we'll just hit it. It's a tailgate, so we just bring people up. Here, I got a microphone for
Yeah,
you.
this is our practice
Come on,
run for
squat
when we
behind
really
us.
are tailgating.
Squat right behind us.
Very unprofessional.
Don't worry about. Oh yeah, get that guy a chair.
Speaking of unprofessional, put that mic right up to your mouth, right up to your lips. I want to hear the pucker of your lips. Oh yeah, one more time.
What's that?
So Jimmy, you you're hiking the Appalachian Trail currently, and you got a what happened? What happened? What got you off the trail and got you over here, tailgating with us?
I got bit by a spider? No, that was not what happened. You like my feet?
I'm fine with your feet.
This is how it's happening, huh? I mean,
I'm fine with it.
I guess we didn't really plan. We just kind of went with it.
It is what it is. No, we were on the Appalachian Trail. My wife and I have been on the Appalachian Trail since July 1st. We came off the trail a little bit tired, a little bit wired. Wanted to take a break, and I had gotten bit by a brown recluse.
Oh, did you really?
On my spine. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I've got a nasty brown recluse bite on my back. Was going to be gone on Monday, but the VA doc said, go ahead and lay it back until, give it 7 days so you finish these antibiotics.
So you guys gonna do the whole thing? Because your wife's got like a double lung transplant. Has anybody with a double lung transplant ever done the whole trail?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. So my wife she was born with cystic fibrosis. She's got a double lung transplant. She had a double lung transplant at Duke.
Look at that.
Duke, yeah.
Not Duke Raleigh, right?
Like Duke, they're like, Duke sucks. I'm like, Duke gave my wife a lung transplant.
Yeah, I think they think more about
they're
Coach
okay.
K and the college.
Like Duke's got a better mortality rate than UNC, so they got them beat on that as well. So.
That UNC Duke rivalry around here, man.
More people die at UNC than they do at Duke, so Duke wins.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I was always under the impression that Duke was the more sort of pompous, preppy, sophisticated assholes. But then when I got here, everyone's like, nah, that's UNC, man. And I'm talking more about the college, not the hospitals. I'm sure all the hospitals are great. But
yeah, UNC hospitals pay more than Duke. UNC steals nurses from Duke all the time. Pay
interesting.
More. But anyway, yeah, so we went out there July 1st to hike, double lung transplant. We don't know that anybody's ever finished it, having had a double lung transplant.
I'll finish you.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have gone out there and attempted sections. So we're doing sections right now until like mid-September, and then go from there, figure out what we're going to do, and might likely go out west and check out some of the
maybe the Grand Tetons. You ever go to the Grand Tetons?
Is that your mom's nickname?
Oh.
No.
Do you sports at all?
Yeah, I used to sports, but fuck sports, so I don't sports anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, what was your favorite sport?
Football, frankly. I was a Cowboys fan for the longest time.
I heard all Cowboys fans are gay. Can you confirm?
I might be able to, but I'm still in the closet about it.
Cowboys, their first game of the season is versus Tampa Bay, isn't it?
That's why I actually live down in there now. I've actually been by old Tom's house.
No.
Touched my wiener on his gate.
Are you sure their first preseason game is with
Oh,
Tampa?
preseason game. I was going to say, I don't think they're opening up the season. Usually they have the defending Super Bowl champion on Thursday night to open the season. But I would be lying if I told you exactly who they were playing right now. I'm too caught up.
Phone.
I do have my phone, but the reason why I have my phone now is because I was going to ask how does one maintain and muster up all the energy to do the whole Appalachian Trail. I would say it would probably be a lot easier if you had some Kill Cliff Flaming Joe.
Oh.
Flaming Joe.
How far can you go? We're going to hit that next time.
Is that the actual song?
We should sing the whole fucking song.
It's an actual song.
If they pay us extra, we'll do whatever the fuck they want. But also, we just love the fucking product, right? I mean, we drank all of it so fucking fast. We're going to have to go use our own promo code, which is Drinking Bros. I mean, let's be honest here. We already know that. I know that you've frequented some of our shows, and I know that you listen every week. Do you know who invented Kill Cliff?
Navy SEAL.
A Navy fucking SEAL. See, this guy, P1 since day one, people, okay? The Flaming Joe, which we reference, which will rev up your engines and allow you to hike that whole Appalachian Trail. How many miles is the Appalachian Trail?
Over 2,300.
So you're not doing the whole fucking thing then, right? I mean,
No.
So just like a section.
Yeah, a section. We're doing about 200 miles of it.
Have you done the Rockies? Is there like a Rocky Mountain Trail?
There is. That's the Continental Divide Trail.
Have you done that yet?
No.
Is that next?
Maybe.
I spent some time in the Rocky Mountains. It's a really cool place. But anyway, they got the Flaming Joe, they got the Mango Tango, the Orange Kush. And the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.'s favorite, the GOAT. Strawberry Days, of course, too, which I love strawberry. I know Tom Brady doesn't eat strawberries because of GMOs, and I know there was some TikTok videos going around of people putting strawberries in like diluted water, and then you could see all the bugs coming out of it. Which go check that out on the YouTubes. And since you're on YouTube anyway, watching us, hammer that like button. And then it's a variety pack because variety is the spice of life. Now I can't confirm or deny, but if you were to pour some CBD recovery drink on that brown recluse bite that you got there, I don't know if it'll help or not. I mean, I can't confirm nor deny this. But if you use the promo code Drinkin' Bros right now at killcliff.com.
Is that drinking with a G?
No, there's never a G.
Oh.
Because we're bros, man. We fucking kind of cut shit short, just like Tansey's little T-Rex arms as he's trying to get it onto that grill right there as we're watching on YouTube, and you can hammer the like button once again. But if you used Drinkin' Bros, DRINKIN, no G, BROS, you get 30% off. You got to go on there and get some of that Flamin' Joe, so while you're, doing that whole Appalachian Trail, you know what? Maybe if you were drinking some Kill Cliff, you wouldn't have been bit by a fucking spider.
Yeah, or maybe the spider would have bit me and then gotten so amped up that it would have just kept going and killed me.
Yeah, and just like, get steroided up. But anyway, go over there now.
If it's Flaming Joe's, what if the spider bit me and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, I'm a fucking flaming spider," and then he ran off to San Francisco and you see him
that's
in
my drink, the
a
Flamer
leather
Joe.
strap with shit around his nipples all of a sudden. He's out there
Well, do you know what
sucking a dick out in the Castro. Hey, boys, I bit a guy in the Appalachian Trail. They're like a bear. Now I'm all flamed up. Where's Joe Rogan at? Fuck him.
No, I love Joe Rogan. I've never done a great Joe Rogan. But do you know what the Flamin' Joe flavor is?
Flamin'?
It's pineapple and jalapenos, like we have right here in front of us.
Jalapenos.
Oh, I thought it was pronounced jalapenos now.
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. There you go. A
Where are you
jalapenos.
from?
Good old Johnston County, North Carolina. Born and
good hearing your voice.
raised. Choco, baby. Anyway, go now. Right now. Pause the podcast. Or even, I guess
Is
you
Joe
could do it at
Rogan
the same
even
time.
sponsored by Kill Cliff?
Yeah, he has his own fucking
he has his
drink.
own drink.
Are you new?
The show.
Of course.
No, I've been around. Been around the world.
Round, get around, I'll get around. Go to killcliff.com and try to make it a song, even though I couldn't do it because I'm a fucking idiot. Use the promo code Drinkin' Bros, get 30% off. Order a shirt. I think we got to get you a shirt because maybe if you actually have the proper attire on, like a Kill Cliff shirt, that you can get 30% off on using the promo code.
Those shirts are dope ass.
Yeah, there's one I saw Dan wearing where it's like a big cat with like laser beam eyes, like wrecking a whole fucking city.
Oh, that's
which is
pretty
pretty fucking rad, right? And you can get 30% off if you use promo
It's
code
rad because
Drinkin'
it's on a
Bros.
shirt, and it's something you would see and think, yeah, they can't put that on a shirt.
Oh,
Boys.
but Kill Cliff does.
It's August and we're
hot.
in North Carolina.
Yeah, we're sweating our balls off, by the way.
It rained and it had that kind of like a nice cool, like kind of like a nice air coming through. And then as soon as the rain left, dude, it is like 150% humidity. We're sweating all over the place. I promise these tailgates are going to get better as tailgating season goes on. But man, working this microphone and working a grill, I'm sweating my balls off. And I can only imagine how sweaty and shitty you must have been on the Appalachian Trail all summer because you guys
terrible.
have been
And we
on
put
it
you in the
since
sun back there,
end
too,
of
which is
June.
great.
Yeah, we put you right back there in the sun. But you know what? The reason why I could never do the Appalachian Trail?
Because you're a pussy.
Because I'd be too far away from my ghost bed.
Oh, should have known. Should have known, baby. That's what you're going to do when you're all done is lay in your ghost bed for
Because I'm
several
laying down
days.
there on my thermarest, and I'm like, this thing sucks.
Yeah. You got to
know what I
upgrade,
need?
bro. What are you
Dude,
doing?
does Ghost Bed does Ghost Bed have like a hiking version of their?
Ooh, if they did,
There.
I'd rock that thing out there. I'd walk
Hiking
on
version of a bed?
Ghost bed.
Yeah, I would. They could sponsor me to do the Appalachian Trail if they provided me a bed at every.
I'd climb into other people's tents.
What do they call like a sag? What's a like in cycling your braking area? That's called a sag. What's it called on the Appalachian Trail?
What, to sleep?
Yeah,
Camp? Shelter?
camp, shelter,
Yeah.
camper, shelter. Do they have ghost beds in the shelters? I don't know.
They don't.
They should.
It's fucking gay.
Should have Kill Cliff, too, by the way.
Brown recluse and wood. Oh, and trash, because probably a bunch of NBA fans that go out there and leave all their trash in the woods like pieces of shit.
Do you see a lot of trash on the Appalachian Trail?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of trash.
Dude, that's crazy because you think anybody on the Appalachian Trail is probably like one with nature.
You would think so, but so what you see it at a lot is the
Lazy.
the shelter points, so like the trailheads, where most people, I'll call them civilians because that's what I just call anybody who's not in the inn. But you see them come out and they'll just come out there to have a good time. And what you'll see is a bunch of Red Bull, and you'll see a bunch of that bullshit where those types of people, they'll drink
Fuck
their
Red Bull, drink Killcliff.
And their Propel Energy, and they get all amped up and extreme, baby.
Little Fiji water?
So then they just throw it under the ground, throw it in the fire. There's trash everywhere. It's pretty disgusting.
Do they have anybody that hikes the trail to clean up trash? Like, is there like an organization that...
Yeah, so the Appalachian Trail Conservatory, they have people that are actually responsible for each different part of the trail. What's the camp again? The Rangers Mountain Face in North Georgia?
North Face?
Camp? No, Camp something. Begins with an M.
It's
anyway,
the North Face.
I met this
way.
lady. Her name was Diane. I met her up there. She's out there. This woman's like 70 years old, hacking through woods,
Camp
carving out the
Titicaca.
ground. Something like Camp Moraine, Camp Morris, Camp something or
Titicaca.
another.
Okay.
Anyway, so she
I'll
took a
caca on your
bunch of trash that she could tell was like trash that these guys that are going through Ranger School had left behind.
Oh.
No shit. Like, it was bad. And I was asking her, like, what have you done? She's like, well, they'll have these kind of like open kind of forum discussions to talk about the impact that the camp is having on the trail. And this woman, like a gangster, she said, I went in there and I collected up trash and I showed it to whoever their like NCO was in charge, the NCOIC, and brought it up to him. And he's like, no, ma'am, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. She's like, oh no. Oh no. She fucking said she goes up there and she just dumped out a full bag of trash, and it was like cut up 550 cord, and it wasn't like
Oh, dude!
bright
I can
orange.
only imagine because funny story is I was going through small unit tactics phase, and they would load us down with tons of ammo.
Oh, sure.
And when you get off your infill platform, sometimes you would take contact, and so we would always say, like, look, if we get contact when we infill, you dump as much of that ammo as you can. So like we'd be pulling the trigger on these blanks, ta 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 ta, and then breaking links of like 200 rounds and just tossing them in the woods so that we didn't have to carry it for the next 6 or 7 days. And you would just leave like belts of ammunition out there. And then one guy, because you weren't allowed to eat, or if you got caught eating, I mean, there's a lot of rules out there, but one of the guys on our team, left a piece of MRE trash behind. And so the instructor made us all pull out our MREs, and he hooked explosives up underneath all of our meal ready to eat bags, and he blew them up out in the middle of the woods. And just, shit, fragments of cardboard, everything just went everywhere. I don't think we cleaned that up at all.
So you're a fucking lither bug.
No, I'm sure somebody goes out there and cleans that. It's an army base.
So let me just say, though, you were right. The defending Super Bowl champions are opening up with the low-life Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
And, Dak Prescott, who I think he's pretty good. I know Ross was hating on him, but Ross also hates on Baker Mayfield, who I kind of like. I don't know if you saw his injury last year, real bad ankle injury, really kind of fucked up, and he tried to, like, jam it back into place after he broke it. But, he was laid up for that long. After his surgery, I bet he wishes he was on a ghost bed.
He does. And Ghost Bed's been a loyal sponsor of the Drinking Bros for the last 5 years. Absolutely love them. My favorite part is that they're made in the good old USA. Which is the first time we've ever hit that on.
No, we
on
do that all
Target.
the time, no?
Yeah, but we always like one, like I'm going USA, USA. Yeah. We always fuck that up. But
USA.
every mattress has a 20-year warranty, and you can try it out for 101 nights, not 99, not 98, but 101. If you don't like it, you can send it back. No hard feelings.
But you won't.
You won't. One of our favorite parts about Ghost Bed is that each mattress comes with cooling technology, which shit I need today because I'm sweating through this rape jersey.
Allegedly.
But it has a cooling technology in it so that you can get hot at night. You can stay hard so you don't get hot at night. So you can stay hard while staying cool, baby.
Cool as the other side of the
And if you're in
pillow.
North Carolina right now, this 116% humidity at least, you need to stay cool. So that cooling technology will be a lifesaver. Ghost Bed also offers bundles so that you can get everything you need. You don't even really have to think about it. Just choose from their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you just need a mattress, a frame, or whatever it is that you need, you can bundle it all up. Right now, Ghost Bed is offering a flash sale of 40% off Ghost Bed bundles where you get mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off of everything if you use that code Drinking Bros. At ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Mattresses are like $35 a month. Who doesn't have an extra $35 a month laying around? That's if you have mediocre credit.
Bitch.
If it's 0 down, 0% financing, go check it out. Ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Made in the USA. 30% off mattress and 2 pillows, or 40% off mattress and adjustable base. Dude, again, 40% off. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
You can't beat it. So
Yeah, I do kind of want to beat
half
you
off.
because you're wearing fucking fake Crocs.
They're actually real Crocs.
They're not. It says
It's just
emoji on it.
It's a different language. It says that's what Croc is in.
I thought you were fucking bragging about how fucking you rich and you wearing fucking knockoff Crocs. First of all, who wears Crocs anyway?
What a crock.
Noel's not wearing them. So I can say whatever I want. Fucking the kids these days. I
don't wear pajamas on an airplane.
Listen, we already talked about this. They're fucking joggers. First of all. Okay, don't let me get my dinger over here to kick your ass.
Pajamas of the North.
Yeah.
Well,
the North remembers.
We got. What's our next show coming up next week? We've got. So this week we've talked all about jumping right into the sports. We've got one more down week, and then sports really kicks off. I think we got like a conspiracy episode coming up next.
Maybe.
I'll talk about some sports conspiracies.
That's a tease,
and then
ladies and
going
gentlemen.
on into the season, we're actually going to be at games tailgating with all you knuckleheads out there. So be reaching out to us. Keep calling us. Tell us where we need to be.
Wait a second. Don't deflect your fucking Crocs. Because I wanted to say that the Crocs thing, I need to get you guys' opinion on it because I don't understand it. Because when Crocs first came out, they were like mocked and looked at as like fucking stupid looking. Now everyone's fucking wearing them.
Would you be in if they were called cocks? Would you be like, oh,
no, they
yeah,
would. I wouldn't be in. They'd be in me.
Face.
He's been in the woods for a long time. You can tell he hasn't been laid because, I mean,
he's been with his
is all
wife,
about
right?
Dicks. Do you guys have sex on the trail?
No, you don't want to get that. You don't want that. Mm-mm.
Really?
What? What's the point of doing it then if you're not going to do it in the woods?
You ever been that dirty?
I've never slept outside.
Wait, I take that back.
I'm a dirty boy. Have I fucked outside? Yes. But have I slept outside? No. And I really, quite frankly, have no need to sleep
outside. Could you imagine
outside.
having sex right now being this sweaty, this soggy?
I mean, I don't know about you, but
I mean,
when I have sex,
my balls
I
are
get pretty
literally
sweaty.
sitting in a pool of sweat right now.
Ooh, think about that visual right
Just,
Wait, are you guys wrapping this up or what?
You could rinse them out.
Listen, we always wrap it up because we practice safe
We're
sex
going to wrap it up.
around
I got
here.
to finish this beer first real quick. And you want some french fries? Is that why? Are you hungry back there?
Who, me?
And by the way, these french fries dipped in this this queso dip that I made.
Queso.
Oh, my God.
Queso.
Just let it be known that the woman who accused all of the Duke players, she was found to have been she was a crock. They found more than one trace of DNA and semen in her vagina that night, and none of it was related to the Duke lacrosse players.
Someone got sloppy seconds.
Wasn't she a prostitute?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
She wasn't a prostitute.
I think she was
working
a
girl.
stripper who
She was a
also
working
fucked.
girl.
Which,
Whore.
hey,
I mean,
by the way,
working girl.
I'm one who's in the camp that prostitution should be legalized, by the way.
It shouldn't be called prostitution. You should be able to do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exchange of funds over an act. I mean, we're all adults here. If everyone's consenting and everyone's of age, I have no problem with it.
We already sell liquids.
I mean, I've never paid for sex. Have you ever paid for sex? Either of you, young
No,
gentlemen.
of course not. I have morals and ethics.
Have you bought bottled water? That's like paying for rape. Bottled water is like basically paying for rape. Is that too far?
I'm just not quite sure how that equates, but
Yeah, tell me how.
You can get it for free. Otherwise, you just get raped.
just wait for it to rain
by
and
the
look
Nestle
up at the
Corporation.
sky and bleh.
Here, give me 99 cents for this bottle of water.
Well, you're paying for the bottle, right? I mean, sure, you could go
litter.
find water in the fucking lake, but to have it in a bottle.
How hard is it to find water on the Appalachian Trail?
On the Appalachian Trail, it's not difficult at all. Usually there's water about every mile.
Does he say water weird?
No.
Like, is there like a hose?
I think
No,
he
you
does.
get it out of a creek. So you
Oh,
use...
okay.
A hose
You've
in the
seen-
fucking woods?
You even
It's
mentioned
fucking
you've got
hose.
those UV stirrers where you can... So on the trail you use, it's called a Sawyer. It's just a squeeze-through charcoal filter that pretty much sanitizes any water you put out there. So we've drinking.
Drink and drank.
We've
Drank,
sourced,
drunk.
I'll say, water out of a mud puddle, right into a bottle, and
My ass right now is a mud puddle.
Oh my God.
oh god, mine's a
So is mine. It
Some
is just
serious
so
swass going on there.
brutally hot out here. But as far as the food goes, that was really good. It's
was.
really easy, and it's so easy to pack in and pack out. I mean, literally, you don't have to worry about the ketchup, the mustard, the mayonnaise, the relish, the pickles. You're really going to pre-mix some Mexican cheese, put some buttermilk in there, and half a stick of butter. Wrap it up, put that in the cooler, put your hamburger patties in the cooler pre-made, cut up your poblanos and your jalapenos, put those in there, and then all you're going to do is just throw all that on the grill all at the same time. It comes off all at the same time.
Chef Joe Pooh.
And it's super
Chef Joe
easy.
Poohawk would be proud. That is another huge blue-tailed skink. I'm sorry,
Dude,
I'm
they're
getting
all
this-
over the place.
I know, it's
Relax.
fucking cool. I like them. I like lizards. But Chef Joe Poohawk, shout out to Chef Joe Poohawk out there. I know he's listening and watching. Hammer that like button on YouTube.
How cool would it be if like
Very proud.
a blue-tailed skink was like
Crawled
one of
out my
the,
shorts?
Like that's what they changed the Washington Redskins to. Is like the
Ah,
Washington
well, speaking of
Skinks.
that, we might as well talk about how the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Guardians.
Oh, shut the
That
The
happened?
Guardians. Yeah, and I heard that there was a cease and desist, or right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
If you say it fast enough, it doesn't really matter. Cease and desist by Disney because it looked too much like the Angels in the Outfield like logo. But I mean,
Yeah.
Guardians. What the fuck does that even mean? That's another thing. I was on my
So we
soapbox.
just gonna forget about the Indians altogether? Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, there's no Indians on Land O'Lakes. Like, there's no
Somebody
Indians.
said to me about Land O'Lakes. They said, look, they took the Indian off and kept the land.
That's right. Typical white people.
Yeah, typical. Yeah.
Got rid of the Indian and still kept
That's
the
what
land.
that's what we need to understand. I'll get back on my
It's
soapbox
almost like
for a
we're
minute.
trying to forget history so that it could repeat itself.
Yeah.
Listen, they
Is
didn't
Ben no
name
longer our uncle?
they didn't name the Cleveland Indians the Indians to poke fun at Native Americans. They did it to honor the Native
It's
Americans.
like Aunt Jemima. That's a real person.
Was she?
Yeah. Yeah, she was a real person that worked her ass off and traveled for this company. She was an employee and was famous traveling around with this syrup and pancakes and all that shit in America. And really, as somebody, in that time going around and trying to show people, being more inspiring of the black
Interesting.
community than a fucking NBA player.
like LeBron James. Fuck you, LeBron James, you cunt. Oh, by the way, is that a rooster crowing in the background?
No, it's
Yeah,
my dick.
well, it's actually not a rooster. It's actually one of our hens that identifies as a rooster because no, I swear to God, because there's no rooster, so it takes the role of the rooster for the whole hen house, and
so
it
it-
crows.
so it-
no, I'm not kidding. That's the kidding button.
So it fertilizes all the
but
eggs.
I'm really not kidding. It is a hen. It is a she lays eggs, but she crows like a fucking rooster all day because there's
That's a
no rooster back
badass
there.
bitch right there. She can do it all.
So once she identified as a rooster, was she able to fertilize eggs?
She fertilizes her own eggs, right?
Yeah, because you don't need a male rooster.
So does she do the fucking?
How do eggs work?
I hope that picks up on the mics, and
They don't
it
fuck.
probably won't, but you can hear.
They don't fuck. Well, like you can tell when she's laying because she's so fucking obnoxious, and she usually does it about 8 in the morning. And I mean, it's just like, oh yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like you when you're having sex, right?
It sounds like
get this
all
thing
the
out of my
best
body.
Seriously, I hope we can hear that because
Now I'm talking to her.
yeah, she's saying Tansey, shut the fuck up, like they told you in
Nancy,
Dallas. That
She's
whole
mad
time.
at me because I killed 3 of them and ate them because they had stopped laying eggs. But then I found out that it's brooding season and that they all kind of stop laying eggs for like a couple of weeks during this time.
You know, I felt bad at first, but then I eat fucking chickens all
They
the
felt
time.
like they were
so who
living in
gives a
China.
shit? We just ate a cow.
I just there was a cow down by the creek a little while ago. I was wondering if he's gonna come rolling through here. I just get upset when they come up here by the car because one of those cows brush up against the cow. They like fuck your suspension all up and everything.
You said one of those cows
Bends the
brushed up against
frame.
the
Yeah,
cow.
yeah. He meant car. I picked up
drinking?
what he was
No,
putting
the
down.
cow will come up here and rub up against the car.
You said cow against the cow.
Whatever.
Listen, if we do
It's
this any
high as
longer,
shit.
if we do this any longer, I'm going to start rubbing up against you. So,
Well, let's wrap this thing up.
Hey, who
This
drives-
is
Never mind.
Boston Joe, Eric Tansey, Tailgate Legend Show, Drinking Bros Sports. Until next time, cheers.